This is part 2 of the video. You see, now, like I was mentioning about the Quran, competition is always good. Read part 1, read part 3. Each day you try to increase by a para. But let me give you the reward of reading Quran. As an authentic hadith in At-Tirmidhi proves, whoever reads a letter, one letter from the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will have a reward, and that reward will be multiplied by 10. I am saying that Alif Lam Mim is a letter. Rather, I am saying that Alif is a letter, Lam is a letter, Mim is a letter. So increase your recitation of the Quran to gain these merits, and to gain the following merits as well. It says, the reciters of the Quran will be in the company of the noble and obedient angels. Aisha, radiallahu anha, well, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with her, relates that Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, verily the one who recites the Quran beautifully, smoothly, and precisely, he will be in the company of the noble and obedient angels. And as for those, one who recites with difficulty, stammering and stumbling with the verses, then he will have the reward twice. So what we mean by twice? Why would they have it twice? Because he's making mistakes. Because at least you're putting forth an effort. At least you're struggling to try reading perfect. Try reading the perfect language of the Quran. And each letter is a reward. Like I said, Alif, Lam, Mim, and stuff. But these are ways of being able to make it in paradise next. By doing these type of works, like doing Quran, doing a salat, doing a zakat, these are ways to enjoin on good and make sure you forbid the wrong. Because the Quran itself is guidance. Surah Al-Asr, it says, man is indeed in loss, except those who do good deeds, righteous deeds. And invite to the others with patience, invite others with etc. But by these things, these are qualities, these are these are criteria to show how we as Muslims are supposed to act. I'm going to read it to you. So, we read, by the time man is indeed in loss, except those who have faith and do righteous deeds and join one into truth and patience and constancy. So, by doing these qualities can make us be able to make it into paradise. But, before we talk about this and end my subject and use the conclusions, I'd like to go with the paradise and with hellfire. Like I said in the video, hellfire is like something times hotter than the regular fire that we have on earth. If you touch a stove just for a second, you burn your finger, you can almost have a burn mark on your hand. Very quickly. Just imagine 7 times more, or 7 to 5, or 7 to something times more hotter. Just imagine how hot that will be. Now, the disbelievers or the wrongdoers itself, their teeth will be the size, I believe, of the Uhud mountain. You see the teeth of people's teeth? Picture how big that is. But picture the body size of it if the teeth is that big. The reason for it is to make the more skin, more pain. Less skin, less pain. So the more bigger person is, the more fire gets on them and the more burn they feel. So, 7 times more hotter, the more skin, so feel more pain. And guess what happened? It will constantly be regenerating more skin. So you feel the pain throughout the time for so long. And I believe every 1,000 years the hellfire, or 10,000, I can't remember exactly the number, changes. Black to white to red to some other color. But picture the torture. And guess what in hell will be like? The food will be pus. The food will be poo-poo, caca. The food, and guess what? In there, inside there, you have like scorpions, big scorpions. You have snakes, all this other disgusting stuff. Who would want to be in this state? Believe me, brothers and sisters, we take the hellfire lightly. We take this world life as a joke. We take it as a sport and play. But instead of taking it into the real thing that we were created for, we take it as a sport and play. That's scary. Because in the day of judgment, by these deeds that we do, will determine where we go. If we go to hellfire, we will encounter all these mistakes. We will encounter all these corruption. But if we make it to Jannah, who would want to make it in Jannah? People say, let me strive just for the first heaven. Brother, suppose if you don't even make it in the first heaven, you'll go in hellfire. Strive for the highest heaven. Try to be like the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because he's the most exalted character. Quran says it. Not me. These are my words. The Quran says it. So, by the Prophet, we have to follow what he says. The teachings and stuff. Paradise. What is so special about paradise? You see, in paradise, you have everything you want. You actually, the believers, the more higher it gets, the more better in rank. Those who fast will have another door in paradise. So by doors, like, let's say, hellfire, all this extreme torture. Now in Jannah, all this extreme pleasure. Why? Because when we see it, these two are total opposites. One is torment and one is having success. This is a success you achieve. But the Quran says, we have to follow what the Quran says and Prophet Muhammad says. And by doing this, we can inshallah be able to make it into paradise. Because remember, the Christian belief today, that what you do is that if you commit sin, you don't have to worry. Jesus Christ died for you. If you commit sin, don't worry. Ask for repentance, God will forgive you. The Muslims are being Christianized today and following this formula, and guess what happened? In the long run, this can take them to hellfire. Why? Because they're going to think that I can do any wrong that I want. Ask for forgiveness, Allah will forgive me. Allah does not do that. Allah judges by your intention. That's what Sahih al-Bukhari says. But guess what? What you're trying to do, by saying that you ask for repentance and Allah will forgive you, is you saying that the strong Muslim become weak while the weak Muslim are really weak. Why not make the weak Muslim strong and make the strong Muslim stronger? That's a more smart idea. And by doing this, following this, inshallah we'll make it to paradise. And I end my subject with day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessing of Allah be upon all of you. And this video right here is a brief, very brief explanation of hellfire, of Jannah, of the day of judgment, of the life after death.